What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I should be like, whoa. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is Tuesday night. It is market correction night. You know, if you weren't sure about what was going on, then, you know, well, it looks like it just told you. So we'll talk about that tonight. Pretty interesting out there, the markets. Market's still super volatile, right? Super volatile out there, but let's break down exactly kind of what happened. For many of you that watched my videos today, what I can tell you is we won't be doing that type of style again because no one cared. No one cared. Like I said, at the minute, we're in turmoil, or I'm in turmoil here on the channel because I don't really know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what I do and how I package it. No one seems to care at the minute. So we're going to dial it back. We're going to keep it very factual and we're going to keep it on point. So anyway, that's not the purpose of tonight's live stream, although I think we'll see a bit of crossover. I've got a video coming out more specifically about the Clarity Act. That's kind of the big news that we got today, or, well, the lack of understanding, let's say, within the Clarity Act. Because, I mean, it came out and everyone was like, oh my God, stable coins are going to be a disaster. Markets completely capitulated. Again, not for the reason why I think many people believed it. But yeah, pretty insane anyway. So we'll dive into all of that. We'll get into, are we going down more? Yes, my belief is that. When everyone was telling us we were crazy when BTC was at 70,000 the other day, and everyone was like, bro, my short triggered on its take profit. That was a nice short, held that short for 2 days, but then we got that short. So yeah, took that 70,400, got the surprise, the 50-day EMA retest there at 68.9. So that printed a beautiful, that was a 30x leverage short trade as well. So I know many of you were in shorts with me yesterday. So shout out to everybody that got the shorts. Hopefully you took your profits on that. Markets did retrace back up as well. But we'll break down what's going on. We'll get into some headline news, and then we'll talk a little bit about why this could be the beginning of this market push down. Let's understand what's happened, and then let's understand where this goes. Yeah, Circle absolutely got nuked on the back of the stablecoin news. So as always, if you could do me one little tiny favor, it's totally free. It costs you nothing, but it truly does help out the channel. Hit the like button, and if you're brand new, hit the subscribe button, and likewise on TikTok as well. Do exactly the same if you could be so kind. Just tap the screen, lock in some likes. It just all helps the algorithm to say, hey, this content is worth pushing to lots of other people. So I'd appreciate that. All right, let's get into it then. Let's talk about what went on and endeavor, as always, to move you here, TikTok. Sometimes TikTok goes, oh no, this content is regurgitated nonsense, which I guess is probably true in some instances, but in the live stream, generally not. So there we go. All right, everybody, let me just sort my life out here with all my stuff that's just like in front of my desk. Like I said, I did move a load of stuff around last night to try a slightly different narrative on the channel, a little bit more storytelling. Everyone hated it, so fine. I'm going to move everything back. Go back to the old school, me in this little corner, talking about what I see on the screen, talking about a bit more of the markets, and probably giving a bit more of a broader storyteller view, going a bit more detailed into it, but essentially talking about what's moving markets, which I think is probably what people are looking for. Also, in some other news, I have secured a 30% discount on Tangum Wallet. So I have some Tangum Wallets coming hopefully within the next 10 days. So we're going to be reviewing Tangum Wallets. That's pretty exciting. But I have a code if you are looking to get self-custody of your crypto assets using a really good hardware wallet. Tangum is definitely worth it, and I get you 30% discount on those as well. So yeah, if you are thinking about doing that, so we can get discount at Elliptical, we get discount at Tangum now as well. So yeah, look out for that. Pretty epic. I think I was the second to smash the like button. I'm a real bond. It just means you're an absolute G. Behave in the building. Swaps going on. What's buddy? Go down. Open up a new short after my stop loss got wicked. Bro, Circle stock got whacked today. Yeah, it really did. It really did. So yeah. Stock market's a roller coaster. Yeah, I imagine. Kevin, what's going on? I did some DGen betting this week and came out on top. You believe in the ISO 222 coins? Yeah, I think so. Again, they all need to align a narrative, but you know, yeah, I think they could definitely do some numbers. Again, this narrative that I think people are like, oh, everything's, you know, gonna go down and everything's gonna go up and the bull market's here and we should all be really, really excited. I just think it's such a misplaced narrative right now. Just my humble opinion, okay? That's kind of where I sit with it. But like I said, as always, we will dive deeper into this market and understand what is going on. So here is the price of Bitcoin. Let's put it in the 12-hour chart. It's probably a little bit better. It is still trading within the range. So as much as we want to kind of be a little bit more bullish perhaps, or start to think about potentially even seeing some elements of breakout, we're still within this range. And until we actually get any sort of movement, you're like, yep, this is fine. Now, this is going to be an interesting move. And you either need to see this move, which is why I'm saying I think this will be the beginning of the push down in the markets, because you either need to see this price activity move back to the upside, null and void then this, this kind of small pullback. Because if this continues down, then essentially what we're saying is the higher high pattern then gets invalidated. Therefore, that means the macro trend certainly sits to the downside. And that's what I think is probably going to happen most likely over the course of the next week. And we'll talk about the macro events that are absolutely affecting that. Damien in the house. What's going on, my man? Good to see you, buddy. So Bitcoin trending within this range. Again, look at this. The 21 above the 200, the 21 below the 200 here on the 12-hour chart. Go a little bit nearer. The 4-hour starts to paint a pretty brutal picture here. Is that you have the 21 trading above here, the 21 below the 200, which is bearish. You also have it below the 50 as well. So as much as right now we're getting this little kind of relief rally, then this is actually a very, very bearish trend setting up. And you also can see the inverted head and shoulders. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Again, inverted head and shoulders tends to tell us that this will do something like this, okay? We come back down and retest this. You could also argue that, when you have a bigger pattern playing out, which you go head here, shoulder, that kind of thing, then, these are generally bearish sentiments as we get to. But the short time frame and the 4-hour, it is, in my opinion, playing a very, very interesting pattern. And I think this is kind of why we see this push down. Take the Fibonacci. You can see here, we bounced off the 236, which tells us, okay, there's a little bit of support there. 236 Fibonacci, fine, 69,400. You have the psychological barrier there of the 70,000 mark. But it's 70,668 is what it's looking for. Rejection if it gets anywhere near, continuation to the downside. Even if you were to say, well, where does this move kind of sit? And you take that, you are looking to break the 382 Fibonacci. If you are even going to contemplate telling me that this is going to move back to the upside. So again, playing out pretty obvious, I think, from where we've been. You can even argue on the candle bodies, it forms a very, very similar pattern here with a number of touch points across this channel. So this could tell us that we're going to see this significant push down. You could even argue here that, this kind of then forms a bit of a pattern and the pennant here that we could then see a breakdown. So you got two macro things here going on right now that both, in my opinion, point bearish, all right? Both of them point bearish. That isn't kind of, that's not new news. And if you've been around on this channel for a while, that definitely isn't new news. Again, price targets, we've said, haven't we? Lower range here, 63,200 before heading into the buy range that we get. And FYI, 63,000, I'd probably start buying. So this will probably be where I start potentially just buying a little bit, DCAing to some of those bigger positions that I'm getting at a slight discount. Before then, this obviously be the main bit. And like I said, I will basically buy from the minute we hit this and buy all the way to the hit, if we hit the bottom of 55,000, but my prediction 58 to 60, this here is kind of where I'm going to be buying. So that first price target, of where we start to BCA and got some, 63,000, got some orders set. You'd argue that it probably wicks down to that at some point, even if we didn't capture it as a bigger move. So yeah, I'm going to kind of get in there and grab some of that. And then altcoins we'll touch on in just a minute. Morning Legend, you're killing it with the data and info and feeding us. Cheers, big nuts. Hey, Brandon, thank you, man. I appreciate it. At least some people enjoy it. I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. I'm going way deeper into macros. Maybe I'm going too deep into it. I don't know. Maybe that's why people are a bit like, I'm kind of getting a bit like, I'm not enjoying this content anymore. Maybe it's too deep. Maybe it's too macro sensitive as opposed to Bitcoin's going to go down. Maybe people want more videos like that. Anyway, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. Head and shoulder developing, yeah. Are you still bearish 2-bit? Bottom was 60k weeks ago. Any day we'll snap up to 84 accumulate before explosive move up. Miles, everyone's told me that. And if I had a pound for everyone that told me that, I'd probably be a rich man because, yeah. No, I'm still bearish. And yes, I'm still looking to buy at these ranges right now. So yeah. If you're buying at 63k, you'll never be buying BTC ever 2-bit. Okay. I mean, maybe. Like I said, my strategy here is I still hold relatively big pockets on some of the bigger altcoins, Ethereum, Solana, that I stake as well. And I'm looking for a trade. So I want to kind of get a long trade in around here. So, maybe we don't get there. Maybe it doesn't wick down. I, right now, struggle to see an upside momentum push to 84,000. Not because I don't think the market's capable, by the way. But I think the broader macros that loads of people are ignoring are actually pretty bearish. And for whatever reason, I'm not sure why people keep ignoring the fact that you have spiking inflation right now. You have spiking energy costs going up. all of that filters back into the crypto market. And if you think, Bitcoin's the new hedge against inflation, it's just not. Gold will be that hedge. And actually what you've got right now, and we've discussed this a number of times, paper contracts being dumped massively by institutions. So, you're in this kind of, this kind of negative area where you kind of can't win with it, which is, even crazier when you think about it. But hey, look, if I'm wrong, great. I've stopped spot bags, I'll be fine. And if I'm right, man, so many people are going to be wrecked because so many leverage is high right now. But hey, let's see what happens. Cryptovarious, I did see your message, Cryptovarious, but I was driving. Obviously, I wasn't physically driving. I was in the car, but yeah, I didn't see it. So apologies. I didn't message you back, which I feel bad about. But yeah, sorry about that. Wisdom says, yeah, keep bringing the macro info, which moves the market up and down. People will learn macro and end up broke listening to only Moon Boy news. Is that a positive comment towards me or not? I'm trying to work out. People will learn macro or end up broke listening to only Moon. Oh, yeah. You're right. 100%. I told you, we looked at 2 videos yesterday, one of which the same person actually said, XRP is going to $18,000. And then they did another video going $36,000 confirmed. You're like, okay. If you're listening to those people, then you are definitely going to get wrecked. But anyway, so this is kind of where we sit right now here on the 12-hour chart. Lots of noise on this chart. Lots of indecision. FYI, I'll show you the trading bot later on. Killed it today. Had its best day ever. So shout out to the automatic trading bot that we've been running for the last week. Absolutely crushed it. About nearly $6. Shout out to the trading bot. And is in profit on 2 further trades. I think it did about 28 trades today, which I know people would go, $6. What? But actually, if the pot's only 300, that's actually a pretty decent return for a day, 2%. All right. Kind of cool in my opinion. So, leverage, what's that? So anyway, BTC playing out right now. What are some of the indicators then? What are some of the price targets we're looking at? Break back above here. Look, 200 EMA, 21 below the 200. We need to see this cross back to the upside. Again, whenever you've got the 21 below the 200, this generally is seen as a bearish momentum. Look at this. You can see this on a number of occasions. Excuse me. 21 here below the 200, BTC pushed down. Now, obviously, there'll be points when it flips and the 200 still stays above it. But, once you get back, so the 21 goes above the 200, this can be more bullish momentum. So what do you see right now? You definitely see bearish here, 21 below the 200. So it's got to get back to around 70,650, 71,000. I think is probably where you could argue maybe you start to see a bit of a move. Bod says accumulate. Geez, I'm really going to miss out on XRP then. Yeah. We worked it out. What was it? $2.2 quadrillion market cap last night. So, yeah. So, like I said, my personal opinion here on BTC, I think it looks relatively weak. You've got the M pattern playing out here. There's the big M look. You'd expect this to continue down. Probably retrace here, 67, 690. So, again, if you're still in your shorts, I think based upon market structure, you're probably going to see this push down a little bit further. Going to the 30-minute. Then you start to see a little bit of a wick to the upside, cup and handle, very small cup and handle, maybe pushes down here, but forms part of the bigger, the fly just flew past me then, forms part of the bigger range here. But look, I think this is where I'm at right now, macros and weeks, that's kind of what I'm interested in. So yeah, I think certainly this is, for me, where we are playing out a little bit now. And certainly worthwhile keeping an eye out for. Into the altcoin market, nothing really crazy out there. Zebek took a negative 5.3. Again, look at this. If we bring this across here, wicking back down to support. Lots of interesting movements here. Breakout, resistance, pulling back down, invalidates off the 200. Again, look at this. Head and shoulders pattern, down it goes. So, yeah, Aerodrome down 7%. Monad. Now, if you remember, we were talking about Monad a while back, actually did kind of break out a little bit, which is kind of wild if you think about it here. Monad on another breakout, but whether it gets the momentum, I am going to say no. And people might hate me for that, but it rejected here. There's no real structure to this market. RSI is trending to the neutral. So again, I think Monad definitely could be one of those that, just at the minute looking to liquidate people, looking to kind of, takes people's money, I think is where a lot of this kind of narrative sits right now. So worth noting. Junction, by the way, I don't know if you saw this, negative 18%. If you ever need a reason to short a insane pump, that gives you the best example of kind of what that looks like. So within that, however, there are some positive news out there. You got things like XLM, Chainlink having a decent move. The rest pretty flat, but there are some green candles very briefly in some of the AI sector. No surprise, you're starting to see a move. Quants up there. Look at Hype, by the way. Look at the hype. I mean, I haven't been funny. We said this last night, didn't we? Hey, these are where some of our buy zones are. Could we get hype back to this point? Yeah, 38.60. I'm so frustrated that didn't go, but look at this. 21 above the 200. Definitely bullish on hype, which is annoying because I do want to grab that. The other one I definitely am sort of starting to feel like maybe I'm missing out, but then at the same time, I feel like maybe FOMO is going to make me miss out here. The Tau ecosystem looks like it's wild. I had loads of people message me going, oh my God, like you need to get into Tau subnets and all this crazy shit. So video coming soon as I'm researching everything about Tau. But yeah, people are telling me like, bro, you should be absolutely in Tau right now. You are missing out. So if you're in Tau, let me know in the chat because I'm curious about your thoughts on it for sure. So like I said, pretty interesting here on the price action. I mean, definitely a big move. And it feels like this is going to get some FOMO and going to get some momentum. And 11% of the day is pretty wild. It already feels like it's starting to build. Not for me to buy an 11% move. I think that's insane. But yeah, hype, Tau, definitely two altcoins that may surprise us and probably in an area where I'm thinking, yeah, maybe we should probably be looking at those as an example. Fetch AI still continues its mild rally, which is great news. And then a couple of other coins in the meme space having a decent move. And then look, gold, interesting enough, wicking up off that lower support range here. We put that on yesterday, didn't we? And said, look, gold could get to 43.20. Look at this. You know, we sort of see the bounce here of the 200 on the back of that. But the one thing that I think, again, people are neglecting here is everyone's going, oh, crude oil's coming down. It's fine. Ships are going through the Straits of Hormuz. Like, it's fine. Yes, $2 million every time you want to go through there. And think about it. I mean, how much is an Iranian drone? 30,000? 20,000? 30, I'd say it's 30,000. 30,000. If you get like, let's say you get 10 ships through there, 10 ships through that's $20 billion. Sorry, that's 20, what did I say? 20 ships, $20 million. Divide that by the $30,000 drone is 666 drones. I mean, that's weird that it's coming to that number, isn't it? Let's be fair. But yeah, pretty interesting. Crypto Princess XRP short to $1.50, then shut down to $1.41. Damn. Yeah, there's some pretty crazy price action out there. Pretty crazy price action. But yeah, so Brent crude, I think still people are like, oh, everything's fine. Everything's like reopening. It's totally fine. Like ceasefire. Oh yeah, Trump's moving like 2,500 Marines out there, 5,000 troops out there. Literally, there is no like ceasefire. Trump and Israel absolutely tried to obliterate some nuclear power plant today. Like, it's just like, oh my God. It's wild. It's wild. Too bad if you pull a fib on Tau and hype, we get a bullish turn. They look really good. Take a look sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely curious about Tau because everyone seems to be telling me about Tau. Everyone's like, bro, you should absolutely be looking at Tau. Like, you're going to miss out. You're a noob. You know, I mean, if we could get maybe a retracement back to the 236, that would be quite nice. 294, but I guess if we then said, well, where do we think this goes on a broader scale? I mean, that breakout is pretty wild, isn't it? Pretty wild. So, I mean, 0.5 Fibonacci 340. It looks like it's probably going to pull back a little bit, I think, with an 11% move. So, I mean, 294 could be an interesting price target right now. 21 below the 200 here on the daily. Probably tells us that, look, if the market does give us a second chance, then, yeah, Tau may be an interesting buy there at 294. Again, I would be DCAing that because it could even go a little bit lower, 258, and potentially down to 236. I am actually using something called Bitcask on the Tau network, which is like a creator content platform that you can do content for, and then you get paid in Bitcask tokens, which is on the Tau ecosystem. Excuse me, on the Tau ecosystem, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, it's wild. Som Milligan is in. Oh wow, you're in the Tau ecosystem. Love it. Love it. Kevin, are we going down? I mean, it looks that way. It looks that way. I'm going to Hormuz to charge ships 200k so they can pass. Whoa. Yeah, I know. Wisdom, tell me about it. Trying to make sense of drawing parallel with previous weeks, in my opinion, doesn't work. I think new rules are being written and we will know. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Maybe. Did we have a breakthrough on the Clarity Act? No. Well, I mean, we got some information that was updated. I've got a video coming out later, but basically they said no yield on stablecoins. And the Clarity Act, people looking after it, collapsed and said, all right, fine, we're not going to give yield on. So they'll give yield on transactions and something else as opposed to just holding it. So yeah, you know, Circle absolutely wiped out loads of its stock price. Markets did correct. That's why, I mean, my stop loss take profit was set for, sorry, my take profit was set on that trade because it was pretty volatile out there. And yeah, managed to grab hold of it. So BH444, we're literally looking at Tau right now. That's literally what you can see on your screen. So Yeah, maybe interested in grabbing some on the dip. I'm not buying on an 11% move. That's definitely not going to be the case. Likewise with hype as well. I think it'd be great to try and grab, try and grab a little bit of hype there on the Fibonacci. Where's it going to get to? 786 rejected there at 43.86. If you get a buy option there at the 618 at 38, might be tempted. Might be tempted. If, however, we, still in that narrative and we believe the market's going to roll over, then it's like, why would you FOMO into this now? You're going to get probably a bigger chance a little bit later down the line. But, oh my God, that scared me to... I thought I'd got shot then. I'm not even kidding. I thought we're dead. I thought someone... Oh my God! Oh my God! That is the worst thing in the world. Oh, bro. Oh man, I thought I was dead then. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Oh man. My light fell off. That's all it was. I've got a light up there that's like beaming down on me and it fell off, but I honestly thought I'd been shot. Oh my God. I need a breath. Honestly, I'm not even joking. It's a bit jumpy. Get out of here, Kevin. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right, I'm back. What's the bot falling out of the market? Right, I'm okay now. Why did it even fall off then? It makes me think ghosts and stuff are in here. Someone doesn't want me to buy hype. Mark says, manipulate, it's all manipulated. Zebek's gonna rip. I mean, Zebek's down today, but yeah, anyway. Oh my God, back on track. I'm back here, back in the room, everybody. So yeah, hype is also on the shopping list, definitely. Okay, broader markets, again, gold holding up 154, bounce off that low range. Silver 71, bouncing back as ships started to go through the Straits of Hormuz. Again, I still think this is short-lived. Again, people disagree with me every single day, which is fine, and you got to just trade your own way. But there is too much, in my opinion, that's like, it's all fine. It's all fine. The minute I think troops hit the ground is like, it's going to get crazy. It is going to get crazy, in my opinion. So, again, in the stock market, a bit of a relief. Look at this. And I think this is what people are ignoring here. This is what people are ignoring. I talked about it in my two videos I put out today. One was an XRP update video, and one was a crypto macro video. And the bond market is what no one's paying attention to right now. Like, no one's paying attention to it. And I think it's partly because I don't think really people understand it. I don't think people understand where capital's rotating to, why big money is essentially going into bonds and not going into anything else. It's a safe haven. Don't forget, they're government-backed bonds. You can't lose on them. Like, you literally cannot lose on them. They're offering insane yield right now. Look at the 30-year at 4.93. That's fucking crazy. And when you really understand how bond yields work, like, it's almost like, okay, why would people buy crypto assets right now? Why would they buy them? And actually, it's even crazier when you understand what the Federal Reserve's doing, in my opinion. So, like, it's kind of hard to explain, really. But let me try and do this. This might give us a little bit of an idea. Yeah, okay. So this probably explains it kind of a little bit. And I think this is, again, the narrative why I think so many people are ignoring the fact the bond market is the risk here. Not the inflation price, not the Federal Reserve rates, the bond market. And I've been talking about this for like 2 weeks. So how do government bonds work? And then this kind of broadly tells you why I think this market is due for a correction. It's going short right now. Yeah, I think it's going to push down. So essentially what happens, governments issue a bond, which is purchased by an investor. So you, I, whoever can say, hey, I want to buy a government issued bond on a 10-year treasury, right? 10-year treasury bond. And I want to buy it for $100. Essentially, that creates money that the government then spends. You can then sell and trade the bond market, okay? Which again creates more money. And then what happens is that either the price of the price of the bond either goes up or the yield goes up, right? What's going on, Selmo? So if the yield goes up, then people will be more inclined to get that bond, okay? But the way they do by pushing the yield up is they push the price down. It's almost like an algorithmic kind of sentiment. But that essentially keeps the bond market flat. And what you have over years, which is why the Federal Reserve buy back bonds, is they essentially buy back bonds at a lower interest rate to issue new ones at a higher interest rate. They get a higher value as they're then pushed out. So what you've got here a little bit when you look at this is you have got a fucking skyrocketing bond market right now. The bond market is skyrocketing. 3.9 here on the 2-year is pretty crazy. So what that essentially means is that you could put $1,000 into a 2-year treasury bond, right? And you hold that treasury bond for the 2 years, and then you get a annualized 3.9% return on your investment. And then at the end of the 2 years, you get your investment back. That's how bonds work, okay? So while you have this like spike in the bond market, people are like, why the hell am I going to go into the crypto market? Why am I going to buy Bitcoin at $70,000 and assume and hope and listen to Moon Boys that this is going to go up? Or I can go and get a 10-year treasury bond and assume the bond market's going to go up, which essentially then means the price of my bond goes up, and then I can sell my bond while at the same time collecting 4.93% over the course of its life of 10 years. Now you could argue and say, well, maybe the bond market collapses, and if the bond market collapses, then the price of your bond essentially goes down, which means people are less likely to buy it, which means you have to sell it for a lower price, right? But yeah, it's pretty wild, and this is just something I literally watched 5 YouTube videos of people today, like talking about markets, talking about crypto, talking about Bitcoin. Not one person said the bond market is a risk. Not one person. I genuinely think I'm the only person talking about the frigging bond market that I think is, that I just think is important. Man, no one seems to be talking about, right? So yeah. Do you pay tax on bonds? Yes, you do take it back because it's classed as earnings. So yeah, you do. That's only says I hear people bring it up. I mean, look, I'm sure I'm probably being a bit facetious when I say no one else is talking about it, but yeah. But I think the fact that the bond market is doing what it's doing probably aligns to the stock market continually selling off as well. Continually selling off, which is kind of wild if you think about it. So, I think that you have stock market sell off and they're going into bonds. It wouldn't surprise me, by the way, if some of the some of the stocks have been sold off. Again, we looked at that from CEOs and insiders to then go and buy government bonds. Why would they not? 5% on the 10-year? Fine. Do you think government bonds are going to go up? Probably. Pretty wild if you ask me. The paper market, so ETFs, bond markets, puts, calls, like it is literally about to get nuked. And I think that is where the whole crypto market crescends down and forms the lowest that we've seen for a while. And that's the moment we should all be buying. In my opinion, like I said, silver hat, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, bond market is definitely where we get. Why would the bond market keep going up? Because the Trump war in Iran keeps being a problem. There's an escalation with Iran. Don't forget, Iran can now reach London, Rome, Milan, like they can reach them with these, medium range ICBMs, which is fucking terrifying in fairness. But, any further escalation here on this. And I think Trump's trying to do everything he can. You'll remember about a week ago, we said, hey, if they release all this oil from the reserve, then the price continues to go up. That is a major, major problem, right? Major problem. Because if it does and they dump all this oil into the market, then they are literally screwed. And that's where it's going to get crazy. Glad you're talking about bonds. It's all a part of the financial literacy journey. Yeah, exactly. We're just saying, like, so many people are neglecting the bond market as an indicator as how people feel of risk and risk on. Markets always price gold as the risk asset, didn't they? Everyone went, oh, the safe haven in geopolitical tension events is gold. It's not the case. The bond market is where it is. Why? Because the government is trying to incentivize you to put money into the bond market because that's how they print money, essentially bringing more wealth to the country and doing all the things. People are going, gold's a safe haven. Gold absolutely collapsed. It is a 4-year low on one of the worst weeks in gold's history. I mean, look at that. Look at that. You stick that on a weekly chart and tell me that's not an absolute joke. I mean, yeah, some people will go, well, yeah, but 2-bit. Look from where we were September 2022. We're absolutely cruising, baby. We're like 177% up. Yeah, 100. Look, I know you are, and shout out to you guys for crushing it. The average retail investor, though, bought here and got absolutely dominated and is probably desperate to see gold back up, which is where the paper markets, gold ETFs, as well as all the rest of it, are just going to nuke retail investors when they get back in my opinion. Bond, the market gets shaken, not stirred. Love that. Everyone's serious about long-term investments in crypto and any assets would benefit by looking into trusts. 100%. I think I've said this before. We're literally looking at doing like our house or my crypto stuff like into a trust for my kids. Yeah. Like trusts are great. You get to avoid certain inheritance tax. I mean, whether that'll still be the case when it all comes to fruition, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is why you don't buy when markets are in euphoria. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What's going on, Wayne? Good to see you, man. So yeah, this is kind of important to reference. And I think so many people are neglecting it. Doesn't mean we're not going to get some moves in the market. Doesn't mean the market can't, push up a little bit more. Doesn't mean we can't get this volatile range that we've been seeing. What's interesting though, is if this market pushes down, which again, this is the invalidation point for me, not necessarily the macro trend here, but the short trend. If the market closes today red, which I think is probably a fair assumption we're going to, the debate then does, if we get a second push down, you're looking for two key points. If we break below 67,800, that's where we see the markets push down. And I think that's where we can see a greater push down here in the market. Personally, all right? So these are a couple of things we're going to be looking for. So what is going to create the market to push down? Well, as much as people might think we're not, we are still in max fear. Like, not even a joke. We are literally in max fear here. This is for the stock market. Just to give you a view. So the stock market is in extreme fear. The stock market is terrified of the bond market. They think that, everyone is going to simply dump some of these shares, which, by the way, may lead the opportunity to grab some pretty cheap market stocks. Coinbase, MicroStrategy's, MSTR. There's going to be loads. I mean, I've been talking about Oracle. There's going to be loads of discounted stocks. If you can get stocks that pay dividends, like, you might be on easy street there. But again, it's not my forte. It's not somewhere I'm invested. I certainly don't believe I'll be invested in stock market, but it is worth noting here. But fear and greed index still very much in an extreme fear narrative. People are genuinely nervous about what's going on. Again, interest rates, borrowing, all the rest of it. Now, the reason why there's a picture of oil is, again, this narrative that I think people are deluded about. President Trump saying Iran gifted the US a very big president worth tremendous amounts of money. He's talking about Iran's production of oil and gas. No, they didn't. Like it's almost like playing chicken with somebody who's not going to move. You'll have done this as kids, I'm sure, in a really busy place. And eventually as a kid, when you're sick of getting knocked out of the way, you go, right, I'm not moving for anybody. That's it. I'm going to walk in a straight line. I'm going to be that guy. You might be like 10 or whatever. Maybe that person. I'm going to move. And then you bump into someone that's way bigger that just literally moves you out of the way. That's kind of what Trump is doing right now, in my opinion. He is essentially saying, oh, well, yeah, Iran, they've opened up the Straits of Hormuz. Like, we're getting all this oil. Like, no one needs to panic. It's fine. There's loads of oil everywhere. And I think it's a massive bluff. I absolutely think this is a bluff. And I think he is leveraging the fact that the Straits of Hormuz have been opened for $2 million per tanker, which essentially now equates, we know, to about 600 drones on the back of a 10 tanker move. It's just all nonsense. And we called this the other day. We called the fact that the ceasefire was nonsense. And I think exactly the same is going to be said here. So it is absolutely a, let's tell them it's all fine. And it's going to be fine, right? Pretty wild if you ask me. Now, the other thing to note as well, and I've lost it actually, that there was actually some further attacks today on Iran, and more importantly on Iran's oil infrastructure. They were going after their nuclear bases and their oil refineries. So this whole thing that Trump's not going after the power plants is just a lie. It was a total lie to try and ease the markets the other day. Simple as that. Simple as that. BCT Templar, my man, says, morning fam, how we winning? Coffee time. Hey man, thank you for the 10. I appreciate that, buddy. Welcome in. If you haven't already, guys, hit the like and subscribe button. Like we said, it does help out the channel massively. And again, if you drop your comments, let me know your thoughts. I am curious as about what you guys are thinking right now. Where are you at? What are you buying? What's the view? What's the vibe? Let me know in the chat. I still think they're sending Marines and we'll take the island of Kog. Yeah, they're sending 2 lots of Marines, I believe now. They are, in my world, sending 5,000 Marines to secure the Strait of Hormuz, I believe is what I heard. And I also think they're sending now 2,800 military personnel, right? Am I making that up? I don't think I am. Breaking the US prepare options for military escalation in Iran, including potential boots on the ground in the case peace talks fail, per Axios. I mean, I just don't think this is true. Kubalisi letter here saying, look, the 1 month ceasefire situation. Israeli media is now reporting the US envoys Witkoff and Kushner are preparing for a 1 month ceasefire with Iran. The ceasefire will be utilized to hold talks as the war nears the end of its 4th week. But will Iran accept? I think it's fair to say, no, I don't believe they will for a second. Because why would they? You know, why would, I'm going to move you here, TikTok, because there's not many people in here, so you can just all look at my face. Why would they? I don't understand why they would. Become increasingly clear that Iran's primary source of leverage in the war is their ability to dictate the narrative in capital markets. If a ceasefire is announced, driving treasury yields and oil bonds lower, Iran loses a significant portion of their bargaining power. The points to further rejection of peace talks by Iran. So the only way this then ends up succeeding, what's going on, Fairground? The only way, if you think about how this succeeds, is they say, well, look, we're going to have a month ceasefire. Let's have some conversation about the fact that we want to have this ceasefire. Don't attack any ships in the Straits of Hormuz so we can bring the capital markets down. Iran's going to go, oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, I mean, brilliant. Yeah, 100%. They're going to go, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And if we want it, then you better pay us. You better pay us. So if they then say, okay, well, fine, we'll pay you $2 million a ship, they're going to fund the Iranian government, which means in a month, we're all going back again. Like, I mean, it's literally like that. It's got about 400k now as well. Adam, I've been buying Fleur for 5 years. Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. Adam says I bought quite a lot of Fleur, did some research and seems pretty solid. Yeah, lots of people are bullish on that. 5,000 to the meat grinder, so I have a reason to escalate further. Same old, same old. I mean, that's also true as well. I'm waiting on a $1 XRP, then I'll buy more. Get it, Crypto Prince. Love it. Love it. What's going on, Foz? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Wealth is built by diligent work over a large period of time towards a goal. Exactly. Man, that's great, Stan. I'm going to put that on the screen. I'm going to put that on the screen. US gets Cargill and happy birthday. I mean, yeah, I mean, the thing is, they can get Cargill and all they want. My missus asked me about this. She was like, I don't really get it. Like, how are they closing the Straits of Hormuz? Well, it's done through psychological warfare, isn't it? They only would need to attack one ship, and it would close the entire strait again. Now, if they were really crazy, they could like mine a ship and it'd be like boom, and everyone would go, oh my god, like we're never going through the Straits of Hormuz, and the global markets would absolutely collapse. Oil would spike to God knows what. Bond markets would totally explode, and then it's like, here we go, baby, here comes our $50,000 BTC. Bye. Not financial advice, definitely not personalized financial view. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here talking about crypto on the internet. So, you know, again, it's kind of a pretty interesting thing. But, you know, people that think this is like a de-escalation, you are literally smoking something. Smoking it right now. President Trump officially declares the war has been won against Iran. Is that true? No way, bro. 2 hours ago. How I missed this? Did I miss this? He's not declaring the war's won, right? He's not declaring that that's won, right? Let's listen to what he has to say. I need to listen to this. Let me just sort this out. TikTok. There. No way, bro. No way.
I think we're going to end it. I can't tell you for sure. You know, I don't like to say this. We've won this. This war has been won. I think we're going to end it. I can't tell you for sure. You know, I don't like to say this. We've won this. This war is.
Okay. I mean, that couldn't be any clearer, I guess. It couldn't be any clearer. I mean, there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. That the war is won. I mean, you're kidding yourself. You think that's true? Kidding yourself. E for me, and I'll have way made gains with it. Nice. Fairground, I love it. Yeah, the trading bot's been going wild today. It's been crushing it. He said it's been won every day so far. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Ripple Reverend. He knows what's up, baby. He knows what's up. Yeah, I mean, it's just insane. It's like you're dealing with a non-irrational up against the kind of wall regime. Like, they're not going to be like, oh yeah, it's fine. I mean, this is obviously the Straits of Hormuz today. I mean, look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that turned their transponders off. So you'd argue, okay, maybe that was the thing. This is a 24-hour period. 5 oil tankers. I mean, maybe 6 if that one decided to go through. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At best. $10 million. Yeah. Pretty interesting in my opinion, and I guess that is where markets are uneasy. Now, we don't know how the market's going to open. We'll take a look at them for a minute, but there's just no way on this earth that is true. I don't believe anyway. Like I said, I may get proven wrong, at the minute, after getting out of that short trade, I'm chilling. We'll see what happens in the market. If this market spikes up, I'll short it again. And people might say, oh, well, you're an absolute chopper for doing that. But yeah, look, Fat Sonic, if you take out I'm coming from a completely biased sentiment that I just want the markets to do what I want them to do. I think everyone, and I think most logical people would agree that, yeah, they should definitely never be in a world where they have nuclear weapons. That's insane. But yeah. Sean was saying, says, when do you think we bottom? I mean, I think the bottom isn't in yet, and I think we've got a little bit more to go, in my personal opinion, right? In my personal opinion. So, hopefully we get that, not even soon, to be honest. Probably not even that soon. I want Bitcoin to drop a bit again, 63 I'll buy. Yeah, 63 would be a great buy. So, like I said, the fact of the matter is, and we've been saying this for a couple of weeks right now, is that, the market certainly looks like it's going to go and push down. Again, I know we wicked to 72,000. Everyone suddenly started getting excited. We talked about leverage, didn't we? I haven't actually seen what happened from leverage, but we talked about this yesterday, that actually what you ended up getting was loads of long leverage piling in. So longs today, 24 hours is, what is it? 122 million. So not horrendous, actually, in fairness. But it hasn't really, barring a little spike down there to 69K, that's not the biggest move down. It's like $1,500. So, nothing sort of super crazy out there. But does, in my opinion, give you the sentiment of where this could kind of go and where it could go quite quickly as well. And in my view, there are a lot of big macro news that people are just simply ignoring. Bond yields, market stress, Iran. Like, if you've got Trump standing there going, we're on a 5-day ceasefire, we're going to do ceasefire for a month, like, it's totally fine, we've won the war, it's like, doesn't look like it. Should be in October, the bottom, we'll see, bro. October. That would be, in theory, yeah, you're probably not wrong. How high are we going until we drop lower? Arguably, look, the range is here. So the top of the range, 72,500. Lower end of the range, 67,500. That's the kind of range. You could argue and say, well, maybe there is an argument for a slightly higher range around 78,000, which would be the sort of big top end of the range, trending between 63. So you could argue maybe that's the bigger range right now. But this pattern is playing out as we generally see these patterns play out. And like we said, when they dump into the pattern, they normally continue that dump to the downside, which we haven't seen yet. So people could say, well, this is the bottom, 2-bit. You missed the bottom. You're a noob. We hate your content. Fine. For me, I just don't think that's the bottom. I don't believe the bottom was in at 62,000. This didn't make any sense. Consolidate, but ultimately it comes back down as well. And you can see that over time. You can see that back here. Look, you could argue you could even see it here if you really wanted to look there. That is a longer elongated pennant, but did exactly the same pattern, and then pushed to the downside. So that's why we leave them in there, in my view. I honestly think we chop the whole year, like we can revisit 60K again and then visit 85. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's what we've been saying, haven't we? Take your opportunities when you can. Really make sure you're maximizing the returns on that as well. That's the best way to do it. The best way to do it. And like we said, maximize your potential. How do you maximize your potential? You get involved with the best partners out there. And don't forget, we have some of the best partners with WEEX and Bitunix. If you want to grab your trading opportunities over there, links in the description. Also, if you click my bio, you'll see my link tree is pinned in there. Go to there, you get all the links over there. But again, join, trade, earn. You can earn a reward, deposit $100, get 50% rebate back on it. We're also running a competition as well. WEEX is splitting copy trading regular futures into fully separate accounts and positions so funds and risks don't mix. All right. The new system is now live. And you got elite traders can't open new elite orders until March 30th. So they have got some new build outs as well if you're interested in taking a look at that. But WEEX and Bitunix, both 50% rebates. No one else on YouTube is giving you that. Check it out. Links in the description and on my link tree. Okay, cool. I won't be surprised if we get to 40K at some point. It's on the cards, but I feel like it doesn't get that low, in my opinion. How low do you think H bar can go? 54K, I see. I also think Bitcoin goes lower than 60K. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Look at that for the trend there on H bar. Interesting. We're looking at that. We've got 3 price targets that we've put on here. Lowest price target, 64.08, would be a pretty wild price target if it got there. Now, it's a historical price target from back in 2024. But yeah, what's interesting here on H-bar is, look, I haven't touched this chart for ages and it's still trending. But what do you see? 21 below the 50 is mega short bearish momentum. So yeah, H-bar, you know, I would probably start buying from around 8 cents. I think anywhere between this range is probably decent. That's you know, 8 cents to, you know, 7.6. Wouldn't be the worst. I mean, it's not the biggest momentum in the world, but defines what you get in terms of coins. So yeah, it might be worth taking a look at that one for sure. I can see us just keep flushing liquidity till people actually give up briefly. I mean, I think we're almost there, if not already there. You know, if I think of like where people feel these markets are, like I definitely think people are so done. Like as insane as it sounds, like I know people are done. Like, look, I'm going to sound like I'm proper moaning here, but you don't just go from having YouTube channels that are doing like 2, 3, 4,000 views a video to then just like 200 views. And I'm not just talking about myself, like some big content creators are really, really struggling right now. Who's winning? Those doing macro finance stuff, which is why I've tried to pivot a little bit to the second channel. Again, super hard growing a second channel. Like it just is. I mean, that's why some of these channels take 4 years. But yeah, I think that's kind of where we are. Again, you know, this market could push back up. Late short traders coming into this market getting liquidated. Like it's all a big game. That's the problem right now. It's all a big game and you're either on for the ride or not. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I mean, you got some real chop here on BTC pushing back up. I mean, this could end up green. There's some breaking news or something. Nothing's flashed up on my screen, so I don't think there is any breaking news. 2 minutes ago, reminder, sentiment. Okay, yeah, it's not interested. US private credit crisis. Another reason why the markets might collapse, by the way. Private credit looks pretty disastrous. Professional investors dumping stocks. See, that was another indicator, in my opinion. Maybe they're going into, you know, maybe going into the bond market. But yeah, I mean, no breaking news right now that's like, oh my God, this is bad news. Like nothing's really coming out. It just is what it is. I feel platforms bank low liquidity points to use for major overbought situations, then bank, and then they need backup on some of the... Yeah, I mean, that's true. I think it'll be a low between 40 and 59, anywhere in there. I mean, anywhere in there is a buy, isn't it? Anywhere in there is definitely the moment to buy. And look, I mean, that's the whole idea of this market right now, isn't it? Like, you should be, whenever the markets are freaking out, looking to accumulate your bags. Simple as that, straightforward. Just buy when you need to buy. All right? That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Chris, what's going on, my man? Oh, you just missed it. I literally just talked about it. Look, I was talking about WEEX here. Best exchange out there right now. Again, lots of definite benefits. Link in the description. Also in the link tree. Make sure you check it out. But yeah, shout out to you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I was just talking about the new trading that they've got as well. So shout out to you as well. The copy trade and normal function trading. The new copy trade system upgrade. Check it out. Weeks.com. Link in the description. There you go. Copy trade upgrade. Separate accounts. Same trade. That's what it's all about. But like I said, definitely check it out, okay? Some of you guys already started trading over there. Shout out to you guys. Some of you are winning as well. So, yeah, check the links out. For sure. Nice, bro. Would it be dumb to accumulate these prices? Not at all. Not at all. In my opinion. In my opinion, you got to just take the opportunity while you can. Sometimes the market gives you the most obvious solution, and, well, take the solution. Again, would I full port my entire stablecoin portfolio into the market right now? No. That's absolutely insane. It depends what you're going to get. Again, my personal opinion is that I think this market pushes down. You've got bearish momentum here building. We've got bearish momentum for the last 2 or 3 days that people just simply neglected. You've got an RSI trending in the middle that probably tells us that we either wick up or wick down. The fact the trend right now is down. Yeah, we got a big move yesterday, but again, look at this, rejected. Then, yeah. But you could buy at 69,000. You could buy at 67,000. You could buy at 65. Again, it's what you budget. You got $1,000 to put in. Do it in 4 lots of 250. That's how you just ride dips out. You might buy at 70,000. BTC might wick up to 71. Like, all right, cool, fine. Major rule for me is only leverage 15% of my overall account. Not sure if anyone else has the same. I just have 2 totally separate accounts. Spot bags on a non-custodial wallet. Again, that 30% discount on Tangum coming very, very soon. So get ready for that. And then I have like my trading account sat on exchanges like WEEX, which obviously are great. And they give you rebate bonuses, which is even more great. But yeah, I mean, buying some altcoins, I would argue. Again, once you start getting out of the top 10, it's more speculative and you're hoping that it's going to go in the right direction. But yeah, pretty interesting. I'll try and copy and paste one question at a time. How do you think Iran's ban on petrodollar is going to reflect the crypto market and oil market? In a few lines, if you please. The ban on the petrodollar will spike the price of oil, which will spike the price of goods, which in turn means that things like in the stock market spike in costs. So they potentially will come out of the stock market and go into the bond market because they can guarantee 4.9%. And that essentially then leads to capitulation in the crypto market because no one is going to speculate on a potential Bitcoin rally when they can earn 5% in the treasury market. And that, I think, is what we're seeing right now. You know, yes, we got a wick with BTC yesterday, but I think money is going into the bond market. And I've said it before. So rising oil is bad for everybody. That's the best way to look at it. If oil spikes, then everything at some point, even though BTC might rally on the back of it, it is going to be the one coin that it'll be the one market that may move a little bit later, but it's still essentially going to be affected by the price of oil because it affects CPI. And if you could track, in fact, let me see if we can bring this up because this will be a really interesting chart if I can get it. Now, I don't know if I will, but I'm going to have to use AI for it. So can you show me a chart that has negative CPI data and the price of stocks and Bitcoin? Because I think those two will be correlated. If you get bad CPI, I bet stocks and crypto dump. And we all know it's going to be bad in March. I mean, if you think it's not, then I don't know what to say to you. Like, you're going to get this massive spike in energy. I mean, for you guys in the US, you're looking at it. I filled up my car, and I didn't do it in the sensible place. I did it on like a motorway service station. It was $1.69. That's a litre, by the way. It's like $2 a litre for unleaded petrol today. And no one's even talking about this. No one's even like, oh, this is getting really, really bad. And for the first time today as well, by the way, it was like I was at a 14 pump petrol station and there was one left when I pulled into the petrol station. And that never happened. Obviously, I drive a lot for my work. I never struggled to get into a petrol station on the motorway. And all bar one was filled today. Okay, so what is AI telling us? Let's see what it tells us here. There is no clean always works relationship between negative CPI markets, but negative CPI deflation equals bad for stocks. Bitcoin behaves like a risk asset most of the time. So when CPI goes negative, stocks usually fall and struggle. Bitcoin often drops too, especially post the 2020 correlation era. So again, why? Deflation hurts company profits, stocks weaken, investors move to cash and safety or the bond market, risk assets sell off, and Bitcoin now correlates strong with equities during stress. Again, we've talked about that before as well. Whenever you get stress in the market, then yeah, you can definitely get this kind of move down. So does that have any CPI data on it? Hard to kind of see, really. It's all a bit nonsensical, isn't it? All a bit nonsensical on that one. But essentially, that's kind of what we thought. So yeah, CPI dropped sharply, stocks crashed, BTC dumped into inflation. So deflation in stocks, crash, central bank response. Yeah, so that's when you get, obviously, the Fed could cut rates. They're more likely, if you get inflation to spike, to raise rates. I mean, we looked at this the other day, didn't we? The fact that, again, this raising of rates may be a bad news story as well. I mean, I don't know what we're pricing in. Flat, 90% on April. 82% with, look, 17% chance of a rate hike in June. Think about that. The market's so not pricing that in right now. Imagine 17% chance of an increase in rate cut in federal funds rate in June is wild. Wild when you think about it. Diesel was $5.29 a gallon by May. Holy crap. Even when oil comes down, gas will take longer to come down. Yeah, exactly. Well, don't forget, I mean, unlike the US, we like to slap a 30% fuel duty for the government because why the hell not? We like to fund the welfare state in this country. Did you see it? £331 billion we're going to raise from inland revenue taxes. So every working individual in the UK is going to raise $331 billion for the UK government. And then guess what? We're going to spend $333 billion on welfare. Make it make sense. Somebody make that make sense because I can't make it make sense. So again, this is why I think you'll probably get interest rates rise and the ECB, the BOE, the BOJ. I mean, the BOJ maybe not, but I think certainly the Eurozone and the UK will raise rates. And I think if I know what I know, the UK and the ECB will probably raise them quicker than the US will. And here's the other point as well. Don't forget, they've got to get Kevin Walsh. They've got to get Kevin Walsh confirmed yet. I mean, they might not even confirm him. I mean, Cynthia Warren's, what's she called? Is it Cynthia Warren? No, Elizabeth Warren is already saying like he's one of Trump's cronies. It's wild. kind of is the same. It's insane. Like, you just want to kind of say to these politicians, make it make sense. Make it make sense. How are we spending more on people not working than people working? Like, what the hell sort of country is that? Bad one, in my opinion. A bad one. Anyway, Tim, I'll fill up at the shop at once for everyone else. I honestly never thought this. I was stuck on gold and our ability to retrieve, completely overlooking the horrible job of retrieving oil and risk to our planet. I mean, that's true. I mean, mining oil is wild. I mean, I was looking at this earlier just as a, you know, I like to research things. I like to kind of get into it. But obviously from the UK perspective, I'm like, why are we not investing in infrastructure to mine our own oil and gas and all the rest of it? The North Sea oil reserve is between 50 and 70 billion barrels when we first started, you know, bringing it out of the sea. Now, it's about 50% down. The UAE or the Middle East is about 200 billion barrels, but there are still over 20 billion barrels in the North Sea. It's like, just mine some fucking oil. Bring the price of oil down rather than buying it off Norway, who buys it off Russia or something. I don't know. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. BCC says we are at 359. Hey, let's do something. How much is fuel in, I mean, how many liters are in a gallon? Is it 4? Is it 4? How much is fuel where you are? In let's do it in gallons. How many liters in a gallon? Okay. There is 3.78 liters in a gallon. 3.78 liters. So yeah. So 3.78. And again, I know this probably sounds like we're just talking nonsense, but this is important. 3.78 times 168. Man, 6.35 a gallon it is in the UK. 6.35 a gallon. Holy no, it'd be more than that. How much is £1.68 in dollars? How much is hey Siri? How much is £1.68 in dollars? No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're a waste of time, Siri. Anyone know what's the conversion rate? Uh, 134. Okay, so it's 378. 378 times 134. All right, so it's $5 a barrel then. No, that can't be right. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so 134. It was 168. What am I doing here? Why am I? Oh, that's why. 225. Oh my god, it's gonna be way worse. 378 times 225. £8, $8.50 a barrel it is in the UK. $8.50. $8.50. Holy crap. What's everyone saying? What is everyone saying? $4.50 per gallon, Western US. I mean, $9 per gallon here. Curtis, where are you, Curtis? I always forget. 451 a litre $4.54 per gallon. Wow. So they are squeezing jobs and wages, and everything costs so much more. Really, it seems like the UBI might actually be the goal. I mean, maybe, yeah. Maybe. What's the New Zealand conversion at 3.59 New Zealand dollars a litre? Man, I don't know. Does anyone know? I've just closed it down. What do you want? New Zealand dollars to USD. New Zealand dollars is, what is it? 3.59 a litre is 209. So do 209 times 378. That'll give you the number. I mean, Stardog, 189 for diesel. Nearly 190 in Cornwall. Yeah, UK gallon 455, US gallon 370. Oh, is it slightly different? That's wild. It's wild, actually. So yeah, I guess the point of that is that people are already starting to feel a little bit of this pinch, and you know that's where it kind of all ends up being bad news. That's where you end up being in a world where, like, yeah, that everything just costs way, way more. So pretty insane, if you ask me. Pretty insane, which again means the bond market spikes and people freak out, and no one's buying crypto right now. So 170 times 134 exchange rate to 3.7 is an American gallon, approximately 8.50 a US gallon in the UK. I mean, it's disgraceful, isn't it? Motorcycle is where it's at, weather permitting. I mean, bicycle's not a bad idea. 37. I'm absolutely not reading that out, but yeah. Jesus Christ. Once the world feels it, though, they will get involved. I mean, this is the thing, though. They've tried to get involved. They've tried to get involved. That is the point. I love the fact AI just brought up on TikTok, discussing the economy, inflation, and oil prices. Share your local petrol costs. Love that. Shout out to TikTok AI. Crushing it. Energy lockdowns, food rationing. Yeah, I mean, look, Cuba, they're already out there. We talked about it yesterday in, is it Brazil or somewhere like that? They're doing it. It's wild. It's wild. We're saving the planet by paying too much for gas, guys. Yeah, I mean, I had that argument with my missus earlier on about the fact that we should all go green. Green power. It's like, yeah, we basically buy it from China, who manufacture it using coal power plants. China in the last 10 years, by the way, just FYI, have opened between 150 and 300 coal-powered power stations. I mean, think about that. So we buy wind farms. We buy, like, in the UK, we're like, hey, we love our green energy. Let's buy a windmill from China that's manufactured using a coal plant that burns coal. It's like, you know, the Naked Gun thing. It's just like, come on. BTC's I've at E91, 550 horsepower. Nice, bro. Mine's a 330E hybrid, electric and petrol. It's great. Me and 37 share petrol stations. I like it. Yeah, 37, I bet she is. 89p per unit of electricity to charge the cars now. I mean, Crypto Donut, that's even crazier. So for a while, I was looking at crypto mining. Like, I made the worst decision in the world buying a Casper KS5 miner for uncopious amounts of money that I don't even know where it is anymore. And we were looking at, but you can't mine in the UK. Like, you just can't do it. It's too expensive. And actually, in other countries, it's way cheaper. In northern Canada, like, it's pretty cheap over there. But we looked at this graph the other day, didn't we? To mine one Bitcoin in Iran costs about $2,000. I mean, it feels like it's a pretty hectic place to be mining Bitcoin. They'll think you're building something else, won't they? Imagine that. Trump's like, what is that down there? Like, just this massive factory emitting loads of heat. Be like, well, it looks like something pretty interesting. It's just literally a Bitcoin mining farm. Pretty wild. How much is global electricity around the world? Yeah, I'll tell you. Average. Oh, that's just going up. Okay, here we go. Look. So in, it doesn't actually tell us here. Price percentages. Oh, here we go. Residential electricity rates for 2023, 2025. So not as up to date as maybe we would have liked, but hey, still kind of gives you a view. France is pretty cheap. 217, look, in Slovakia. Aruba is 21 cents, bro. Oh, look, where's the cheapest? Okay, here we go. Look, Iran. Look how cheap it is to mine in Iran. I mean, it might not be the most consistent energy source. Ethiopia, Sudan, Kyrgyzstan, Iraq, Bhutan. I mean, Bhutan. No wonder they got loads of mining in Bhutan. Shout out to mining in Bhutan. Like Cuba, super cheap, but there's no energy. Egypt, Laos, Qatar. I mean, yeah, there's some big mining farms up in Qatar. Kuwait, Nepal, pretty wild. It's rocking Nepal. Hey, we want to mine some Bitcoin. Flatsback says the bottom is in. We can only go up from here. Maybe. Why is it in the Congo? Are you thinking of moving, Fairground? Man, I have no idea. What? I mean, is... Oh, please tell me I got that. Bro, that fly is doing my head. It's like a tiniest little fly. The Congo is 0.064. It's pretty cheap, actually. Yeah. US dollars per kilowatt hour. 0.64. Pretty cheap. So yeah, Congo, mate, if you're thinking of moving there, it is actually a cheap place to mine BTC. All right, real quick, everybody, let's give you an update on the mining bot. Not the mining bot, the trade bot. Just because I think it's interesting, isn't it? We did get all the API sorted out, so hopefully we'll be able to get this out and get this done for our channel members. So you can see there, nice big fat green candle there, 564 profit on the day. I know it's not the biggest amount in the world, but again, the pool it's coming from is $306. Anyone work that out as a percentage? What is it, like 2% or something? 2%? $6? Yeah, 2%. So that's not the end of the world. 2% every day. I'll take that. So yeah, currently it's in an Ethereum long that it's up 221, and it's in a say short of $1.08. But what's crazy about this is look how many trades it did today, by the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's 5 on each page, right? So it did 5, it did 10, 11, 12. It did 13 trades today. 13 trades. So, yeah, shout out to the trading bot that is crushing some. We probably need to get rid of some of these. It's not done. I mean, Tau, it's loving trading Tau right now. H-bar, it hasn't traded at the minute. ETH is still down. So, I mean, the Pepe one is wild. I mean, in fact, I'm going to get rid of the Pepe one. I don't want to make a shit decision on Pepe. Let's get rid of Pepe. And then it's got this Solana Sniper one is super interesting. It like snipes big movements. So if you look here, as the market was wicking today, look, Solana, like shorted Sol, 1400, 1412, 1413 out. Crazy, right? Are you bullish on Pol? As in Polkadot? I don't think so. Let's add a new bot. Let's see if there's anything here. 2% a day over 7,000. Well, there you go, you see. I mean, like I said, you got to take the rough with the smooth. So at the minute, the macro is that it's still not quite there. But yeah, I mean, multi-scalp bot. I don't know if I can get this one. You don't have a plan to copy that. Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, like, this Pepe over the 7-day trade did pretty well. Tower already in. Darknet Jupe's an interesting one, isn't it? Unibot Sniper. Did you know that you can earn Uniswap tokens by lending capital to Uniswap? Did you guys know that? I don't know if that's me. I don't know if I've missed something there, but I didn't realize it was there. But yeah, you can. So yeah, interesting. A 5-minute Uniswap bot would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? Pretty crazy. So I mean, yeah, there's nothing super crazy out there. I definitely don't do the Pepe one. The last trade was 11% on this Starknet one. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Starknet USD strategy. Should we stick this one on? Okay, let's do this. Let's see this Starknet one. Let's do that. I think I actually probably need a little bit more money in these. Maybe I need to edit it. But anyway, happy days. That is still doing its thing. Shout out to the bot, and hopefully that will continue, and we'll continue to trade, which will be great. And then the only other one, if you are interested, is the As a Miner rewards. Again, don't know if you guys care, but I said I would be open and transparent about what was going on. So I haven't taken anything out. Again, I'm going to let it build up a little bit. I'll probably do a video and take it out, maybe, just to... Oh, incorrect login. That's probably not a great idea, is it? WAR. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, currently $73 there on the bot. So I got $13.70 today on this one as well. So yeah, happy days. Currently just about to touch $80. And again, 13 tomorrow takes us to 90. So, you know, one of a day, then boom, we get over $100 back. So yeah, 10% of the way to break even. Happy days. I'll take that all day long. So yeah, shout out to them. All right. So I know a couple of you have dived in on that one. And again, always do your own research, not financial advice at all. You know, make sure you just trade cautiously, sensibly, and do the right thing. If you are at all interested, you can check out As a Miner there. And like I said, if you are a premium Discord member, then we will get you the access to the trade bot. Again, you'll get free access to that trade bot for you guys. We will fund a couple of accounts, but then you guys have to fund your own bits. So if you wanted to go, yeah, Polygon, no, I'm not bullish at all on Polygon. I don't even know what the price is. I haven't even looked at that for ages. What is the price of Polygon right now? Anyone know? Sorry, I had to disappear for half an hour. What have I missed? Everything, Craig. Literally, probably the most important half an hour of the entire week. 2% a day is way more than 700% for a year, is it? Nice. I am an hour from New York State in Ontario, Canada. Nice, beautiful. What is Polygon? Where is it now? God, where is Polygon? Oh, there. Man, it's at 9 cents. Absolutely not bullish at all on that. Not at all. I actually met the... we did a TikTok live with one of the marketing strategists from Polygon. And what they said was like super bullish. I was like, man, this is like really exciting. Like really like what they were talking about. But actually, it don't matter what you've got. If your price is crap, no one's going to care. That's the problem. You know, people are in this market for tech. Not an entry level. They're in it for a bit more. Get the bot going too, but yeah. So again, the reason we have to just integrate the APIs to run it through my affiliate link so that you can use a specific exchange to then allow you to trade on it. You don't get compromised on anything. It's just how it all works and how it all tracks everything. So yeah. Wake me up when the ball runs here. What's going on, Stream Elements? Viva La Bacon, what's going on? But yeah, as soon as we can get released into the premium Discord, we definitely will. Like I said, we'll fund a bit as well. Not crazy numbers, because that would be insane. Maybe we fund it with like $50, something like that. But yeah. X cheat code says, as a miner needs some better rewards. I got no one. What? Doesn't make any sense. I literally just showed everybody that that I got rewards. So I'm not sure of that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember being invested in that at 52 cents, thinking it would go to $1, but yeah, cheat codes. I don't know what you mean. I literally just showed my rewards that's coming in. I'm not sure why that would be the case. I mean, there is a couple of other people that are in this. Are you guys getting rewards? I mean, there we are. Look, I got that today. Automatic reward. 1370. So. Yeah, I mean, I a little bit on there. So, I'm definitely getting daily rewards on this right now. Definitely getting daily rewards on it. So, yeah. I used Ramos's code and didn't receive. Oh, really? Have you bought the mining power? You have to literally buy hash rate. Have you done that before you can then start to earn? So you have to have actual mining power in. So, yeah, you've got to make sure you actually have bought. Well, you should be getting them then. Should be getting it then. But, I mean, if you got it off Oscar Ramos, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I would be getting all of Oscar Ramos and be saying, hey, what the hell's going on? $1.40 a day. Oh, you used to put like $100 in, right? I mean, again, it's risk versus reward. Think about it, though. So if you put $100 in, you're getting $140 a day. Divide 100 by 140. 71 days, you got break even. Like, what? I don't know what more you want. That's pretty good, I reckon. So, yeah, mine come in at, mine's 18 hours, 50 minutes until I get mine. But I can't fault at the minute. You know, again, I got $1,100 in there. We're at 10% now back. So, yeah, so far, so good. Yeah, but as long as you're getting the rewards. But yeah, think about it. 71 days, you're break even. So again, my personal strategy, and I've said this to everybody, is I will be taking these rewards out every single day until I get to the point where I break even. Once I hit break even, I'll compound it. I might even get to like 750 or something and then start to compound it. Get your money back out, then you're not tied to anything, and then compound after that. That's my opinion. That's my strategy. Some people might go the opposite way. I mean, I think Curtis did some maths. You can reduce your days by compounding. So you would compound day one, which then takes you to like one. That would take you to 101.35. You compound to day two, which, significantly reduce it. But again, I'm just like, it's fine. I'll just do what I need to do, get what I need to get out. And then if I can compound and then start to build it, then cool. I'm all about it. So, right. Anyway, what are we on now? We're on nearly 10:15. That's fine. We've got about another 20 minutes of the stream left. I'm going to do like an hour and a half streams, I think, going forward, because they're kind of fun. So, do smash up the like button if you haven't already. Hit the like and subscribe button as well if you're brand new. Also, don't forget, tap the like button here on TikTok. Would appreciate it, as always. But yeah, BTC right now, 70,500. So a little breakout here happening, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I haven't seen any kind of news or anything, which would be wild. Bullish on ETH, baby. Yeah, Fairground's bullish. So, yeah, I'm not seeing anything super crazy. Strait of Hormuz is just a distraction. The real story is bonds. Look at that. Look at that. See, people think I'm crazy. Bar chart just posted this. The Strait of Hormuz is just a distraction. The real story is bonds. What the yield curve is saying. Honestly, and still people don't watch my content. Like, what the fuck? What do you have to do? What do you have to do to get people to watch my content? Oh, that's energy prices around the world. Anyone interested in that? Wow. Tomato Pete, you sent me a DM. I didn't see it, by the way. I'm sorry. What have you sent me? Is it going to be something fun? The goal is not just to reach the moon, but to stay. NASA, to return Americans to the moon. NASA is shifting for an... what is that? Oh, dear. And they called you boring. Exactly, Fairground. TikTok literally said my content was crap yesterday. Oh, man. What would you choose, Plume, ZK Sync, or Starknet? I just opened the trading bot, the auto trading bot I have on Starknet. So, I mean, I've heard a bit about Plume. I think they're all a bit naff at the minute, right? I think price is significantly down. I mean, Plume, I've heard some good stuff about. Starknet, the only thing with Starknet, I would say, is they did a massive airdrop when they were launched. I don't know what that looks like now. I mean, if they've managed to get rid of a load of it, then fine. But, yeah. And ZK Sync, yeah, it feels a bit 2021, if I'm honest. But I'd go Starknet or Plume. 2-bit, do you know where to stake H-bar? No, I don't, to be honest. Where do you buy bonds? You just buy them from like the government like bond shop. I imagine with H-bar staking, by the way, you'd have to go DeFi, which probably isn't going to be great. So you can stake it on quite a few of their Atomic Wallet. Apparently Uphold and BitTrue offer some sort of staking with H-bar, but that looks about it, to be honest. That looks about it. Yeah. Hedera Council votes on the maximum reward rate. The maximum reward can then change over time, not fixed value. So yeah, basically a couple of them. Husky says, I own Plume and start nice. Send 1 ETH and you'll get 2 back. See, Tim knows what's up. 1.2 to 1.5 amazing returns if you could take your capital out too. I mean, that would be pretty crazy, but that model just wouldn't work, would it? I was thinking about this the other night. But yeah, if you could, that would be great. Yeah, I think they're staking rewards as opposed to like staking to protect the blockchain. I think anyway. I think. DG's in the building. DG, we still on for tomorrow night, yeah? You still up for doing a bit of a live stream tomorrow about 10:30 my time? So it will be it's like in 15 minutes, but tomorrow. Does that make sense? I hold iShares 20-year US bonds and Revolt. Nice, Dado. Nice, DG. I will. I'll message you on like TG, but yeah. So it'll be 5:30 Eastern. We'll go live on TikTok. You and I and I think Waddy and Vern if he's kicking about. I haven't seen him for a few days. So. But yeah, that'd be cool. So join us on TikTok, by the way. DG in the building, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right. Let me close that down. Let's do that. Yeah, the trading bot is chilling. Man, that ETH long now. 279. Man, trading bot's crushing it today. Good at trading bot. Good on there. Cancelled by YouTube. What's going on, my man? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Wayne says, DG, yay! Yeah, come and join us over on TikTok tomorrow night. DG in the building. See, everyone's like, oh my God, DG's going to be there. Man, I'm going to watch it. I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to do an extended live stream. And I've got 4 videos coming out today. Everyone's like, don't care. Don't care. Don't care what your content's about. You said the bond market was the important thing. Stream Elements, I didn't buy any crypto today. Why does it keep asking me weird questions? Someone messing around my Stream Elements. It literally said that it was going to get bullish earlier on. What is that about? What is that about? Stream Elements is like, hey, I'm going bullish. What the fuck do you mean, Stream Elements? You're a bot. Man, Stream Elements out of control right now. Watch out. Watch out. XXI, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Good to see you, man. Yeah, Stream Elements is crazy right now. It's crazy. It is. Daniel's laughing. What did it say? I saw it earlier. What did it say? Have you subscribed? That's fine. Stream Elements. Never miss a thing. Yeah, you've got that. Where is it? Stream Elements there. Wake me up when the bull run is here. Love it. Love it. Get it, Stream Elements. I'm trying to pick you up too, but yeah, Stream Elements is motivating me. Video on bonds. I talked about it yesterday. I put 2 videos out, right? 2 videos. One was about the crypto market, the bond market, and how the two are affected, and why the Federal Reserve and the central banks are having to hold rates higher, which will essentially therefore mean that prices roll over and oil becomes more expensive and cost of goods. And then I put an XRP video out that talked about similar sort of stories to how XRP has been suppressed, but at the same time, the RUSD stablecoin narrative. The difference was, and I did get some really good feedback actually. So shout out to Mark Noby. He did send me a message. I posted him in the Discord. It was kind of like I said, at the minute, I'm just all over the place with what I think is going to be good content and what's not. So I'm going to reevaluate what I'm doing because I think I've sort of gone down a route where I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing here? You're just sort of talking nonsense. And I need to bring it back because yeah, so I put this one out, crypto pump, but what, Bitcoin just surged after a fresh geopolitical headline. Okay, so you guys can't see this, but essentially this one, but I did it in a slightly different style. So I pivoted my camera over here and sort of did a bit more of a kind of just chat sort of thing. But I mean, people just didn't like it. So it was much more of a kind of discussion stuff and like cutscenes and all that kind of stuff. Like, people just really didn't like it, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of what it is. So we'll probably go back to when do we get Tribot? So we linked all the APIs today. So hopefully next couple of days. Yeah, we literally linked all the APIs. So hopefully we can get that up and running for you guys. It's had a good day today. Like I said, it did 20 odd trades and crushed it today. So shout out to the bot. But yeah, basically this talked about the bond market, talked about treasury bonds, talked about the Fed and all that kind of stuff, and nobody watched it. Literally nobody watched it. So yeah, we'll be going back to a slightly different context. Yeah, I mean, Mark Noby said that, but it's like, really? I mean, fine. I mean, I'm in a hoodie now, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, you guys can hear me talking. That's even weirder. Right, sorry, there you go. Anyway, so again, go and watch those videos, in my opinion. They'll give you an insight as to what's going on. You might have to go about doing your little videos while walking the dog. I mean, that's also true as well, but yeah, I did so on TikTok. I don't know. Like I said, I think I've got into this world where I've like questioned, and it's not something I've ever done really. I've questioned my own content. I've then tried to take a steer from somebody that really is blowing up right now. I mean, they've gone from like nothing to basically 35,000 subscribers in 6 weeks, and their channel is like blowing over 1 million views. And you're like, how have they done that? Like, how? So then you end up starting to debate. You're like, yeah, you can just close them on the exchange, Curtis. Literally just go into the exchange and close it. And I think then I've questioned my content a little bit, and I've ended up going down a bit of a route that like I just don't even know where I'm going right now. So we'll bring it back to this format. I think this format's a bit better, but I think at the same time try and bring it a bit more storytelling, sort of, with kind of a bit more macro news on it, which I think will be all right. But again, we'll kind of see. They're bots, mate. I mean, maybe. It's hard to prove it, really. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know a lot of channels that are botting their accounts, which is fine. But I mean, I can't deny that my views are significantly down. And equally, again, this is where you start to get in this world of going, well, maybe my content just isn't worth listening to. But then I come and do a live stream like this, and we average over 100 people and break over 1,000 views in a live stream, of which we have a view retention of nearly 8 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's like nearly 9,000 minutes of watch time of this live stream. So I'm hoping my content, but maybe this is a bit more of kind of what it needs to be. Maybe it needs to be just a bit more fluid and conversational, as opposed to it being more like, welcome back to the channel. And now today in video, we're going to talk about the bond market because, well, guess what? Maybe it just needs to be a bit more fluid. I don't know. We'll see. Knowing when to sell and actually doing it are key things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I mean, even dumber question, there's just not any people interested in. I mean, that's true as well. Yeah, like the market, but you can't deny that you are. Why does TikTok? It's literally told me I actually hate this platform. So I've now got another strike on TikTok. Behavior is not in line with our policy. Gifting is suspended in this live for 10 minutes. Reason, reproduced content. It's literally my face on a screen. It's literally my face on a screen. What? Why does TikTok keep doing that? I don't understand why it keeps literally like suspending my account while I'm live. As if it's reproduced content. Like, Scott knows what's going on, man. Yeah, I'm good. I wish YouTube would just. Sorry, I wish TikTok would stop saying my content's crap. Oh man, what is this about? What is the world coming to? Yeah, TikTok is late tonight. Yeah, it is. So that is literally the last 3 nights I've been, I've had a warning, and then literally they get over appealed. I mean, maybe it's going to get over appealed tonight. I don't know. I feel like now I need to stick around though until it does get overturned, because it's kind of annoying that it's there. But so I'm going to stick around. We've got about 5 minutes after the stream anyway. So hopefully we get that in. Someone must be reporting you. Do you think? Is that where it's coming from? It's the last 3 nights. The last 3 nights, it has triggered a warning saying that, yeah, like my content is basically crap. I mean, how can you be reproducing it? It's literally my face on the screen. How do you get past that? I mean, it's a joke, this platform sometimes. Can't believe YouTube its own video on his own live stream. Yeah, they couldn't see it though. That was the thing. It's just literally me on the screen. I get it if it was showing the video screen, but it's not. It's just me. I can't reproduce myself. Anyway. Well, people joining your channel use heads. It's easy to feel sheeple. That's why these guys got like a gazillion followers. I mean, that's true, Grimmer. I mean, that is true. Do you know what I mean? I would argue that we've got a very smart community of people that watch this, and actually therefore means that the content has to be a bit more not saying XRP is going to go to $38,000. I mean, it's wild. I'm gonna get hold of support and be like, guys, I've literally been fucking taken down 3 times in 3 days. Like, you guys need to sort it out. You guys need to sort it out. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's kind of wild, isn't it? It's kind of wild that people would go that way, you know, for what, 20 people? I mean, anyway, such is life. Such is life. I mean, what's crazy though is like, I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's running at got 6.5 minutes left. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm sure it'll be again overturned in the appeal, and I'm sure that tomorrow night we'll have exactly the same problem. But we'll stop going live on TikTok. Stupid platform. Right. Anyway, don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. Which is important. Okay, so we do look like we have some sort of escalation here in the Iran, just really, really quickly. Breaking news coming in. I don't think it's the craziest breaking news, by the way, just FYI. But, I mean, I'll try and put it in a slightly different framing, just so that it doesn't sound like reproduced content, because I think it's important that it isn't reproduced. Otherwise, if it is reproduced, then it will obviously flag as not being genuine. Iraners go boo-boo with... oh, appeal approved. Oh, thank you, TikTok. What a surprise. Jesus Christ. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, so Iran fires back at Tel Aviv after Trump's 5-day pause. No ceasefire. Bitcoin pull back to 69k and S&P rejected. What's going on, Vern? Shout out to you. Vern, are we good for tomorrow night, by the way? DG's here, 5:30 Eastern. The boys are back. Probably getting some sort of restriction, knowing TikTok. It's fine to play an advert at the end of the stream. Oh dear, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Good. Right, everybody. Now the TikTok stream's back in. That does pretty much bring us bang on to the end of the stream. So shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. These times are really challenging for my mental capacity to continue to try and put some content out for YouTube. So I would really appreciate it. As always, if you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, look out for some content coming out later on tomorrow, specifically around the Clarity Act, because there's been some big announcements and big updates. I want to bring you all of that. And then maybe we'll do a little bit on Bitcoin and bonds. Maybe. I can't promise it. But maybe we'll try and do something that might be a bit more appealing. So make sure you look out for that. As always, thank you so much for tuning into the live streams. Whatever happens during the day, it does make the live stream so much better that you guys turn up. So shout out to everybody. Don't forget, check out those links in the description. Head over to weeks.com, 50% rebates on your deposit, as well as that amazing offer, $100 back. And don't forget as well, the channel membership. Become a channel membership. Get access to our premium Discord, trade bots, trade alerts, you name it. We got it for you guys. All right. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Catch you tomorrow. Take care.